Hello and welcome to a game about feeding a black hole. Okay, so this is a game about feeding a black hole. What? Wait, that's the same thing as the name of the game. But yeah, we will need to feed this black hole in the middle and we have limited time to do so per every run. And right here we only managed to get one little blob into the black hole and we made $1 of money. Here's also upgrades page, which I don't think we can afford anything maybe. The cheapest upgrade here is a $2 one, which would increase my session timer. But since we cannot yet afford even that, we will have to continue. Let's see how this goes. So we can hover over these rocks and they will then go into the black hole. Let's try to get some of these. Now we are out of time, but this time we made $7 and I think we can afford this session timer right now. Let's buy that. Next up we could buy bigger radius for my thing, for my cursor, almost twice as big, so yeah, let's buy that. And once again, out of money, so continue. Here's a big blob of rocks or something, so let's try to get all of them. Here's 3 more, so I will try to get these. There's 2 in a pile, so this time we made $10. And our current total money is 13. Can we buy something with that? We could buy more damage for $6 and increase the number of asteroids by 30 or make our radius even bigger. But I think we will do the damage and the number of asteroids. Yeah, so now we can continue. Let's see how many asteroids there are right now. Well, a lot more than previously. Just trying to pop these ones that are grouped together so that we make the most out of this. With $18, I think we can buy something. Buy just about more damage or bigger radius. I will get the radius one, but now we cannot afford anything. So, new run. Yeah, this time my cursor area is much bigger. This is good. Means that we can hit multiple targets at once and out of time. Can we afford anything with $30? We can. So breaker speed, number of asteroids or damage. Let's go with the number of asteroids and do another run. Yeah, this time there's so many asteroids. Let's just try to get these biggest groups. $40 this run. With that I believe we can buy something. Yeah, let's get the damage. Breaker critical damage chance. That's only 5%, so it's not a lot. And critical damage chance 10%. I will go with the breaker speed and now we are out of money. So back to the black hole we go. Yeah, now we are one-shotting these asteroids, which is great. Right now we don't even need that critical hit chance. $70. Let's see what the upgrades. Only upgrades we can afford would be these critical damage ones. I might get this one so we know what the next one is. Asteroid size. Well, let's get that. And there's more breaker speed, sure. And we ran out of money. So back to the black hole we go. Okay, these bigger asteroids take more hits now, since we actually increased the asteroid size. But I believe they are worth more. Yeah, the small ones was worth $1 and the bigger one worth $2. Again to the upgrades page. Breaker damage. Would 4 damage be enough to one-shot the big rocks? Don't know, but there would be also asteroid size again. Let's get to breaker damage for now and might as well get the critical damage chance. Back to feeding the black hole. Okay, so we are not quite one-shotting these bigger ones with this amount of damage that we have. Let's make the asteroids even bigger. I'm sure that way we can make some more money. Yeah, now the biggest asteroids are worth $3. However, they take 3 hits currently. What can we afford with this money? Asteroid mass. How does the asteroid mass affect it? Asteroid size made them bigger. Well, I guess we can try. And then I will get the breaker speed. Let's see what the mass does. Oh, so these orange ones are the ones that have more mass. And they are worth 18, at least the biggest orange ones are worth $18. Interesting. So this time we made like double the money that we made on the previous runs. That is great. And we can also increase my breaker damage, actually 2 times by a total of 3. Maybe now we would actually benefit from critical chance as well, so let's get that too. And let's try. Yeah, the biggest orange asteroids take like 3 hits still, but they are worth a lot more. What's next? Critical damage bonus or even more asteroid mass? Well, we can actually buy both of them, so let's do that. Now we have $80 left, but nothing to buy, so back to the black hole it is. Yeah, these big orange ones are worth so much money. $320 we made that run, and now we can buy time added when black hole grows. Okay, yeah, so when we add enough of asteroids to the black hole sort of pulsates, and that means that it grows. Let's try to see it here. There is actually a meter on the middle that shows the next growing stage, but we quite didn't fill that up again. There would be a chance to add time when an asteroid is destroyed. I guess that might be good, so we have more time to destroy asteroids. See if that works out. Yeah, there was right away the pulsating effect of the black hole. I guess we added some time this run, since this says that 3.7 seconds was added. Let's see upgrades again. Right now I could get this breaker damage, so hopefully that will help me get a lot more asteroids. Yeah, the big orange ones are like 2 shots now, which is great. Almost $600 again to spend, so this time we buy chance for asteroids to spawn when black hole grows. Yeah, let's see if we get more asteroid spawns here. Well, there definitely was some spawns. Now we are out of time and we made a little over $500. There's also a chance to spawn a new asteroid when an asteroid is destroyed, or chance to spawn, well, not a chance, but it will spawn asteroids when black hole grows, or chance to add time when asteroid is destroyed. Let's take the chance to spawn new asteroid when asteroid is destroyed. If we get some streak going on, we are definitely spawning some asteroids here. I can see them popping up when I destroy some asteroids. Yeah, and this run we added actually 6.5 seconds to the timer, which is great. Next up we could get more asteroids to spawn when black hole grows, and also chance to add time when asteroid is destroyed. And let's try again. Just trying to go to some of these biggest groups that I see. Pretty good run for $600. Should we try to add some mass to the asteroids? Yeah, so do they have new color? Yeah, they actually do. How much are these worth? I just saw some was worth like $108. Wow, that's a lot of money for now. Over $2,000 we made that run. Yeah, definitely the yellow ones were huge money. What I could take next is maybe some damage would be helpful. And we can also increase the mass. Yeah, $1 left and back we go. Yeah, I think we are doing pretty decent damage to even these yellow ones. They are not taking too long to be destroyed. 4,200 we made. Yeah, definitely the damage was good one. What's next? Chance to spawn new asteroid when an asteroid is destroyed. This would put it up to 70%. Yeah, we can take that. Also increase the breaker radius by 100%. It should be huge now. And we can do a little bit of breaker damage. And we can't afford anything. So back to breaking the asteroids then. There's quite a lot of asteroids even. I have a feeling that we made very good money this time. 5,000, yeah. That is good. Then we could buy a little more breaker speed, and what we have left here is breaker speed, breaker radius, more breaker speed, and more breaker radius. That's all the upgrades from this little spot, and I think the next one we can afford is down here, which would cost 10,000. Chance to spawn electric asteroids. That sounds interesting, but we will have to grind a little bit of money before we can see what the electric asteroids are about. Yeah, now my breaker speed is pretty good even. I'm just hearing that small pop. Pop, pop, pop. We can do straight away a new run since we don't actually have the 10,000 yet, and there's nothing to buy on the upgrades page yet. Yeah, now we have over 10,000, so we can see what the electric asteroids are about. We cannot afford anything else, so can we find electric asteroids? Well, there are some. Okay, so like when we destroy those, they deal damage to the close ones. Yeah, well, the damage is not a lot, but something good. Can we afford anything? No. Okay, So we need again over 10,000. Back at the black hole we go then. Yeah, the electricity is not doing that much damage, so I don't really think that it's worth it to focus on the electric asteroids. Rather just focused on the big piles of other asteroids and hope there's some electrics as well. Now we can buy some upgrade. Yeah, here we could actually increase the electric asteroid damage or make the asteroid mass bigger, which we will do now. And now we have green color asteroids. I'm guessing that these are worth a lot more. Yeah, I saw some money number there was over 600. Well, now we made a huge money. 26,000 on one run. With that, we can afford critical chance for electric asteroids or breaker damage or the electric asteroid damage. I think we go with the breaker damage and we can afford the electric asteroid damage as well. Might as well get that. New run. Let's see how much money we can make this time. Time's up and we made 27,000. This good. I think we will increase the electric asteroid damage and go again. Okay, so I did a couple runs there and now we have a total of $127,000. With that we can buy some upgrades. So first of all we could get breaker damage and then electric asteroid chance to fork plus 20%. Sure, here would be another 20% increase. Or we could increase the electric asteroid max chains. Let's do that. What can we afford still? Well, let's get another max chain. There would be an asteroid mass increase for 60,000. So I guess I'll try to collect 60,000 and let's buy that then. Yeah, I think the electric asteroids are much more useful now. They are actually even going pretty far away. Yeah, they're definitely more useful, right? But yeah, now we have the 60,000. Let's get the new mass increase. I'm guessing that every 100% that we increase, there will be a new color of asteroids. So if I'm correct, there is a new color this time we go. There is, like a blue one. Yeah, now it seems like the electric asteroids are even worth to hit. They do pretty good damage and in a huge radius. So they are not completely pointless. 112,000 that one run. Okay, what can we upgrade with 300,000? Well, almost 300,000. Breaker radius, chance to spawn new asteroid when an old one is destroyed. Or there would be this electric asteroid critical chance. Sure, we can get that. And a higher chance to fork, as well as critical damage bonus. And then breaker radius, more breaker speed. That's all the money gone. We have to go again. This time this should be even better. These electric ones are getting quite ridiculous already. Yeah, pretty much everything is just getting destroyed when I get these electric ones. Again, we have $200,000. So what we can get is more breaker damage as well as asteroid mass. Maybe there's more of those blue ones now. Yeah, there definitely is more blue ones. On the last run there was barely any blue ones, but this time there's a lot more. I have a feeling that we got a lot of extra time this run. Yeah, 22 seconds. And also we made almost $500,000 with this single run. But now we can buy even more asteroid mass, unlocking a new color. Next one would be a chance to spawn golden asteroid. But we have one old one here. Chance to spawn new asteroid when an asteroid is destroyed. Yeah, let's get that. Yeah, the next one we can afford is this $450,000 golden asteroid one. So let's try to collect that. And yeah, now there's some purple asteroids as well. We are really starting to make some good money here. 860,000 this run. Yeah, let's get the golden asteroid unlocked. And with that, we could increase the number of asteroids, be a huge increase, or a golden asteroid crit chance, or a golden asteroid bonus money scale. Let's get the number of asteroids up, because more asteroids means more money. Okay, so these are the golden ones that look golden. Now we got over $1 million on a one run, which is great. Yeah, I think the golden asteroids was giving me plus 50% more value to the original value of the asteroid's color. But with this one we could increase it by 75% more. So let's take that. Next up there would be a crit chance and a crit money scale bonus. let's get the money scale bonus. Hopefully the money scaling bonus helps me make even more money. Well, I'm sure it will, but I guess we will see at the end of this run how much actually it helps. Well, for this run it didn't help quite that much. We made even less than on the previous run, but I guess we were just unlucky with the asteroid spawns. But we could definitely take this asteroid spawn when the black hole grows, increase that by 50%, and now get even more asteroid mass. This would be a huge increase, 150%. So I believe that unlocks a new color that is gonna be pretty common. Did it actually even unlock a new color? Yeah, I think some of these are like more pink than purple. There's not a huge difference, a small one I guess. But okay, we made almost 30 million this time. Oh yeah, the asteroid mass definitely helped. More damage would be definitely great, so let's get plus 15 of that. Then we can afford still golden asteroid bonus money scale and golden asteroid crit chance. Couple runs done and now we have 80 million, and with that could increase asteroid mass by 300%. That is insane. Upgrade asteroids to planets. Okay, we can try that. And breaker bonus damage to planet. So let's get that. And still we can afford either of these. Golden asteroid bonus crit money scale or golden asteroid crit chance. Let's get a crit chance. And now see, yeah, there's some planets here. So I'm guessing that the planets are worth quite a lot of more money. At least I hope so. They were expensive to buy. Wait, what's happening? Milestone reached. Miniature milestone. Completion reward. Okay, what does this mean? Upgrades. Chance to spawn a moon. What? Well, before I take that, I will buy this one. And, well, chance for a comet shower. Well, we cannot afford that, so I guess it's back to the moon one. Let's buy this. And then moon buff scale for breaker radius, breaker damage, buff scale for breaker speed. So if we break a moon, we get some buffs. Am I understanding this correctly? Don't know. But let's at least get breaker damage, and we could get this planet spawned when the black hole grows one, and then see if there's any moons. Well, there definitely are some moons. Okay, so if I destroy the moons, they start circling my circle, my cursor area. Don't exactly know what they do, but moons collected 30. Let's get this moon buff scale for breaker radius, and that's the only thing we can buy. So back to the black hole we go. Just trying to collect these moons. I don't know what I do with them, but 50 million to spend. We could get this spawn chance for new planets when I destroy planets, as well as planet size. Let's see how this affects my run. Yeah, I'm at least noticing that when I have collected these moons, my breaker speed is actually faster. So that's at least one thing that they do. We could get the moon buff duration to be a little longer and just go again. Now with 145 million we could get more breaker damage and then breaker bonus damage to planets, as well as moon buff scale for breaker speed. So we can still afford this other buff scale for breaker speed, so take both of them. Now if I get moons, is my breaker speed even... Yeah, now with this many moons my breaker speed is insane, just almost constant. That is great. Although the moon buff is running out quite fast, so I would like it to be a little longer. Cannot even afford anything yet, so I guess back we go then. Now with 300 million. Breaker bonus damage to planets. Huge increase, yeah, let's get that. Well, that's all my money gone, so new run it is. Yeah, I think we are pretty much one-shotting these planets now, which is great. What's next with 400 million? Chance to spawn new planet when planet is destroyed. I guess that's useful. Breaker damage. Sure. And upgrade planet. No, upgrade asteroids to planets. Yes. That way. Let's see if with these we make more money than on the last runs. Here I'm just trying to go for the planets that actually have the moons, so I get the moon buff. And I guess that's working pretty well. We made a little over 200 million. Moon buff scale for breaker radius. Sure. Planet mass. I guess that would be very useful. So now, do we have different colored planets? We do. And if it's the same thing as with the asteroids, they are worth a lot more than the previous planets. There would be a moon buff duration plus 2 seconds to that. that is great. As well as chance to spawn a moon, yeah. Then we can still afford breaker bonus damage to planets. Let's try this again. Yeah, this time we made almost 400 million, so definitely had some good upgrades. Let's increase the planet mass, and now we have to go again. Yeah, now we have also these yellow planets here. Okay, now with 1 billion we could also afford this comet one. Yeah, and the comet's buff would be that the breaker always crits. Also, I could just increase my planet mass at this point, well as increase the planet size. Still can afford this golden asteroid bonus money scale, so that is actually huge increase. 15,000%. Yeah, let's get that. Okay, now we have also these green planets here. So hopefully we will make money quicker then. Yeah, I think the upgrades were very useful. This time we earned 2 billion in one run. So yeah, definitely the mass and the size was worth it. Let's try with the huge golden asteroid bonus money scale. If that makes a difference, the amount of money that we make. Yeah, I'm thinking that it made a little difference. Now we made 3 billion on one run. Yeah, but now with this 3 billion, we could try this comet one, also increasing the comet buff's duration, as well as the bonus crit damage. No more upgrades we can afford, so let's try these comet ones. Is that the comet? The rainbow one? Yeah, I'm guessing that it was. We get to see another comet this run, or was it just one time thing? There's another comet. Yeah. And another one. Another one. Let's increase planet mass, then we could increase breaker damage. Let's upgrade asteroids to planets, as well as increase the comet shower chance. Yeah, now we are having some blue planets here as well. I'm guessing that these asteroids and planets and maybe whatever we unlock next follow the same color pattern each time. With 10 billion we could get electric asteroid damage with a huge increase. 10 billion shouldn't be that big of a problem to collect. We are starting to run out of these planets and asteroids here. We would need more chance to spawn new things. But yeah, now we have the 10 billion, so we can get this electric asteroid damage. Now what I'm thinking that the electric asteroids might even do some damage to the planets. There's barely anything on the screen at the end. I need more stuff on the screen. But none of these upgrades will do that for me, so planet mass, I guess, and breaker damage. Maybe with the increased planet mass we can feed the black hole enough so that it grows and then spawns new things. Great to start with the one comet so we get the critical damage right away. Then just trying to collect all the moons so we do faster attacks. Again, we are starting to run out of things on the screen. We can get both of these upgrades. So planet mass, electric asteroid critical damage bonus, yes. Okay, now we reached the next black hole milestone. Good. 200 billion to spend and get more breaker damage as well as planet mass. And now the only thing we can get is this chance for comet shower plus 10%. And for now I will get this breaker damage increase, yeah. So here we go again. Now these planets are actually much smaller because the black hole grew and it might be a little harder to hit these. Still 80 billion, and with that moon buff scale for breaker radius, so we hit more targets by area. Okay, so now we just reached the next black hole stage and we got 7 trillion money with that. Yeah, previously I unlocked these upgrades. This time we could get more planet mass and upgrade my planets to stars. Sure, let's get this chance to add time when planet is destroyed. So we hopefully survive a little longer. Chance to spawn electric stars. Okay. Star spawn when the black hole grows 100%. Yeah. We can still afford breaker damage and a chance to spawn new star when star is destroyed. Let's try with this star one. Okay. So these are the stars then. So are the electric stars good, I guess? Well, at least we made over 1 trillion this one run, so I guess the stars were pretty good. Next up, we could increase the electric star max change as well as upgrade asteroids to planets. Let's get some moon buff scale for breaker speed and then we can increase star mass. Let's get a breaker bonus damage to stars up to 1000, yeah, and we could increase breaker radius as well as chance for a comet shower. Yeah. Still we have some money left, so let's take this electric star damage. Yeah, now again we occasionally have orange stars here, so the same color pattern is followed with the stars. Next up, let's upgrade some breaker damage as well as star size, even more breaker damage. Then we can increase the star mass. Next increase there would be a supernova. Interesting, but let's just get some of these old ones. Now we can actually afford a huge increase to the session timer, nearly doubling it. Let's take even more breaker radius as well as new star chance. Let's see how this goes. With the buffs from the comet and the moons, we are doing pretty good damage, but sometimes the buffs just run out and we start to slow down significantly. But as long as we manage to keep the moons on us, we are doing pretty fine. And now we got to the next stage. New milestone. Chance to spawn laser stars. What are laser stars? I guess we will find out when we have 7.5 trillion. Let's go again and try to get that 7.5 million. Yeah, now we have the money we need for the laser stars, so let's try them. See if we can find laser stars. I guess this is a laser star. Oh, okay, so it shoots a laser when it's destroyed. This is interesting. Let's get this laser critical damage chance up. And that unlocked some new upgrades, laser damage, critical damage bonus, and another damage. Let's go with the critical damage bonus and see. Next up we can do the damage one. I bought some upgrades for the laser stars and now the lasers are kinda crazy. They are so huge, so wide and deal quite a good damage. Now we can actually buy here a chance to spawn supernova stars. It's interesting to see what they do. I'm guessing that they do some sort of an explosion. Let's see if we can catch a supernova star. That might be a supernova star there with a yellow circle around it. So yeah, it definitely did some explosion, but I don't know if the damage was any good at this point. Yeah, the damage of it is very low still. So to get anything out of it, we would need to find some damage increase. There would be some supernova percent damage upgrades. We can try to get this. Okay, so yeah, the supernova deals damage based on the health of the stars and planets that it hits. And I believe now it was like 30%. Yeah, it deals 30% damage to everything that it hits based on the planet's current health or maximum health. Okay, now we reach the next milestone. Humongous milestone. Next upgrade is a session timer 1. So let's get that. Then we can increase more planets to become stars. And then we just have to do this again. The laser beams are absolutely insane. They almost fill up the whole half of the screen. Okay. And again we reach the next stage. This time it's Gargantua. And with that we can now afford to increase my supernova radius. But that's all we can afford now. Let's try once again. Yeah, now we have money to buy this supernova percent damage, which would put it to 100%. So if I'm correct, supernova will then one-shot everything in its radius. Let's see if that is the case. Yeah, I think pretty much everything was destroyed in the radius of the supernova. However, the new stuff spawns so quickly into the area that it's hard to see. Only the stars, I believe, don't get destroyed in it, but all the planets and asteroids get just absolutely demolished. And once more the black hole grows. This time a lot apparently. Oh! This was the end of the game, or at least end of the main mode. You have unlocked additional game modes. Go to the main menu to play a new mode, or keep playing by starting the epilogue. Well, I guess we will try to do the epilogue then. So we have completed the whole skill tree around the area, and now there's something new in the middle. Planets to stars, electrical star, critical damage, laser width, breaker speed, star size, star mass, and asteroids to planets. I guess we will start collecting money and upgrading these then. Now we can definitely afford some of these upgrades already. These are not a huge upgrades, but well, they are something. Get the first breaker speed, star size, and we are out of money. So here we go again. Okay, now I have managed to buy almost half of all of these upgrades. Only thing that is 4 out of 10 is this star mass. All of them All the other ones are 5 out of 10. Not a lot of have changed though. This all looks and plays very similarly. The upgrades haven't been that big. But anyway, I will keep playing this and buying the upgrades when I get the money, and hopefully soon enough we will finish this epilogue. We're pretty close here, filling up the black hole, but not quite there yet. Just a little bit missing. I'm guessing that with couple upgrades, then we will be able to do it. This is the run that we did it. This time the black hole is filled up, and that was the epilogue completed. After all, it was pretty fast and didn't take that many runs. But now we have all these other game modes unlocked that we could do. First of all being quick play mode, then there's some mini challenge mode, the line, Zen mode and demo mode. Also there is some roguelike mode that is on the Steam beta branch. But I guess for now we will focus on these ones that we already have available on this full release of the game. So let's try this quick play mode, see how this plays out. Start of this seems to be very similar to the main game. Few asteroids there and we need to click on them. Or not click on them, just hover over them. Then we could increase maybe the breaker damage. So I think we would one-shot these. Yes. We will. Next up we could get the number of asteroids up and also some chance for electric asteroids. Maybe next the session timer would be good, and also breaker speed. Yeah, now with the increased speed this is much faster, or at least a little bit. Don't know if I can say much faster, but it is faster. Breaker radius and electric asteroid chance to fork. Although the electric asteroids are pretty useless because they only do 1 damage right now. Chance to spawn a new asteroid and chance to add time and increase the electric asteroid damage. Now let's get the number of asteroids up and asteroids spawn when black hole grows. So now there is a lot more asteroids to be destroyed. Let's get even more asteroids. Here's some comet right away. Let's grab that so we deal increased damage. Let's get my damage up so I will actually one-shot these bigger asteroids even. Next up, asteroid mass. And now we have the orange asteroids here. Now I have managed to buy some upgrades, so I have maxed out the number of asteroids, comet spawn chance, as well as the electric asteroid spawn chance. And now we are having quite a many electric asteroids here, which is good because they deal already pretty decent damage. And that way we can make a lot of money. Yeah, now we are making almost 1,000 per run, and with 1,000 we could get this breaker speed up. Now the breaker is pretty fast, it's just constantly going. Now we almost run out of asteroids there to click or to destroy. Yeah, again here we are running out of asteroids. So let's see, we could add a chance here to spawn a new asteroid when asteroid is destroyed. Definitely need these. Now we shouldn't run out of asteroids so easily. Yeah, so now I have managed to max out my damage, critical damage chance, breaker speed, as well as electric asteroid max change, and also this spawn a new asteroid when asteroid is destroyed. But yeah, now we are pretty much one-shotting every asteroid, and also the lightning is almost one-shotting all of them that it hits. More breaker radius, bigger asteroid size, and chance to add time. Let's see now. Still doing pretty great here. Just need a little more lightning or electric damage to be able to one-shot them with the electricity. However, we cannot get such upgrade. Only thing we can get is this fork chance. Now we have almost upgraded everything fully. Only things to do is the session timer and the chance to add time. Chance is now fully upgraded. Next up, few upgrades to the session timer. And I believe that we are done after that. And now this thing around black hole is just destruction pretty much. Oh, we just finished the game without even buying the timer upgrades. That was the quick play mode. That definitely was quick. Next up is a mini challenge mode. A quick mode where all the upgrades are connected in a grid. How fast can you beat this mode? Well, let's see. First round done and we got $7. That will buy us nothing. Okay, so we do it again. Now with $14 we can buy something. Breaker speed, breaker radius, session timer. let's do a breaker speed. Let's do a little bit of session timer and try again. Now we get a breaker radius upgrade. Fortunately, not a lot of these are like close together, so the radius isn't that helpful. Now I have bought all the number of asteroids upgrades, and next up we would need $100 at least. Just about got the $100, so let's buy that. And now there's a lot of bigger asteroids. Now we could get more breaker speed and next breaker radius. We are still only doing 1 damage per each hit, which isn't great, but I guess it's sort of part of this challenge. What could we get? Now we could get some damage actually. Oh, let's get some damage. Yeah, now this is much faster to break these asteroids. Even more damage and a little bit of time and some more damage. Next is even more damage, a lot more damage and some damage. Yeah, now we are dealing good amount of damage to these. We are almost clearing out the whole. We did actually clear out the whole thing out of asteroids. Next up, I guess even more damage. Nothing else we could afford, so damage it is then. Next upgrades are a chance to spawn new asteroid when an asteroid is destroyed. They all cost the same, so I guess it doesn't really matter what we get. All the spawn chance upgrades are bought, and next up we would need 5,000 to increase asteroid mass. I think we will get the 5,000 after this run. Yeah, now we have money to buy this. So there's new colors of asteroids. Next up is a critical damage bonus or critical damage chance. I guess I'm gonna go with the chance first, because there is no point to do increased critical damage if there is no chance to do critical damage. And now we can afford one of these increased damage ones. Now we have new upgrades we could afford, so even more critical damage chance or more damage. Let's get the chance up first. All of the critical upgrades bought, and now we could increase the number of asteroids or get better breaker speed. Let's do the asteroids first. Yeah, now with the increased asteroid count and the bigger radius, these are pretty easy to take down. With this upgrade we will get our critical damage chance to 100%. So now every hit is a critical, and I believe that we are one-shotting all of these asteroids. We can increase now the number of asteroids, so there's even more to destroy. Now we can buy this increased asteroid mass, but I think that we need some more critical damage to be effectively taking these down. Well, they are not too bad, but we could of course do a little more damage to them with the critical damage upgrades that are still left on the shop. But anyway, we completed the challenge mode. Little under half an hour it took to complete. Next up would be the line, a speedrun mode with minimal randomness. Break fast, beat your time. Well, let's see. I don't yet have any time, so I guess we are technically beating my time, or will it be counted as beating your time if you don't have a time? Okay, so these are all just in a line, these upgrades. I just bought a ton of upgrades and I don't even know what they were, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I believe that this is the whole upgrade skill tree. Just these upgrades: damage, speed, radius, number of asteroids, asteroid mass, session timer, time added when black hole grows, asteroid size, and asteroid spawned when the black hole grows. Well, this is what we are working with then. It's always the start of these runs that are a little slow, but surely when we get some upgrades it will get a lot faster. So I have been just buying these upgrades in the order that I can afford them. I believe that now we are doing okay damage to the orange ones. Yeah, but still the progress is a little slow. Now we are doing pretty decently. We are one-shotting all the red asteroids, and the orange ones aren't too bad either. Smaller ones take 2 hits and the bigger ones take 3 hits. That's fine. Next up we could increase the asteroid mass, but I think that we might need more damage. No, at least not yet. We are doing just the same. I'm starting to wonder whether that upgrade even did anything. Yeah, increase the number of asteroids next. Well, there is definitely more of these orange ones with the mass upgrade, which is good because they are more money than the red ones. Now we have already managed to max out the asteroid spawn when black hole grows. I think we can max out the damage and just get some breaker speed. Yeah, the extra damage and the speed is absolutely helpful here, taking down these orange asteroids. But now we are running out of asteroids, so increase the number of asteroids and I guess radius and time. Now we're gonna upgrade the asteroid mass. Hopefully that will help me to be able to possibly finish the game. But let's see how this goes. Not quite there yet. Again, run out of asteroids. Let's increase the number of asteroids and just get more time. Only thing we are missing is this little asteroid size. Let's see. Could it really be that we need the last asteroid size upgrades as well to be able to finish this? Guess we will find out soon enough. Yeah, we might need these last upgrades. And still little short on money to buy the last one of those. But we didn't need the last upgrade. The line is completed. Next up there would be a Zen mode. No timer, no upgrades. Just break 10,000 asteroids. Okay, sounds interesting. Okay, so this is what we are doing then for the next 10,000 asteroids. The game mode said that there is no timer and there is no upgrades. This is just chill asteroid breaking. Yeah, now the Zen mode is completed. There really wasn't much to say about it. It was just slowly making the progress towards the total of 10,000 asteroids. However, the last thing to do is the demo mode, an updated version of the original Steam demo. So let's try that then. So I'm guessing that this is much like the actual main game, but possibly just only the beginning to some extent. Okay, first of all we can get session timer and breaker radius, and we are out of money and we have to do it again. Now we can afford some more damage and that's it. Nothing more. Well, at least now we are taking these down with the 2 hits rather than 3. I will buy the breaker damage so we can take them out in 1 hit. I believe so. Yeah, now it's 1 hitting this. So it's much faster to make money. We are making so much money that the whole play area is empty of asteroids. Let's increase the number of asteroids as well as breaker radius. Now there's so much more asteroids to be broken, and we can get even more asteroids as well as breaker speed. Here we can increase the asteroid size and go again. Now we are not one hitting all of these anymore, but we can get some more critical damage chance. That will hopefully help me. We are lacking a little bit on the damage. Now we can increase the mass, so that will give us bigger asteroids with more value. Here we can increase the critical damage bonus, and again we are out of money. This has definitely been the theme of the video. We get some upgrade and then we are just again out of money. But well, what can you do? Even more asteroid mass and breaker damage. I mean, the game has been very fun to play. I will here increase the damage and then go again. We already have pretty good amount of the orange asteroids, but I saw that the next upgrades could be a mass increase, so next up we could take that one if we have the money to do that. Yeah, we do. This will increase it over the 200% line, so now there's the yellow ones, which in turn are again more valuable than the oranges. Better breaker speed, so now I have bought all the upgrades from this branch, and then the next one would require 4,000 and is an asteroid mass increase. There should be no problem getting to 4,000 from this run. So many of these yellow ones already. We will get the money from these. And yeah, we got over 5,000 from the run. So here the asteroid mass. Next up, these would require over 1 million, but there is some 10,001. That is the next goal then. Hopefully with these green ones we will be able to afford it after this run, and we will be able to afford this. So electric asteroids, again the next ones are all 10,000. We can increase the damage of the electric asteroids, so hopefully they are a little more useful. All the electric asteroid upgrades are bought, and next up there is a radioactive asteroid. Well, that wasn't in the main game, but let's see what it does. Okay, so the radioactive ones have some like cloud around them, and when I break the asteroids, the cloud will do like an AoE damage interesting, but definitely not very useful. I can see why it didn't make it into the final game. Okay, now with some upgrades, the radioactive clouds are actually starting to get a little bigger, so there's some use of them, but still it's pretty rare to see that the asteroids actually go into the clouds. All the radioactive upgrades are done, and next up is an asteroid mass. And what we need next is $1 million. We need a small loan of $1 million here. The mass increase was pretty huge, because now all the colors have changed to blue and purples, which again are more valuable. So let's see how much money we make at the end of this run. 1.48 million. Yeah, well, the million wasn't a problem after all. Let's increase the number of asteroids, or we will easily make the million again. Next up, breaker critical damage chance plus 100%. Okay, and that is the whole upgrade tree completed. So I believe that we should at least finish this demo run on this try. No, we didn't make it. How? There is no upgrades left, so I guess we will just have to try again. I don't know how we didn't make it. This time it's looking much more promising, and I believe, yes, there it is. End of the demo mode. And with that demo mode completed, we have completed 100% of a game about feeding a black hole. Pretty much all the achievements were obtainable just by playing the game. Only thing that needed a little work was the achievement that requires you to click 100 times in a single run. But that is not a problem on some rounds that are a little longer and not the early rounds. But anyway, here's my times. Normal mode, just under 3 hours. Quick play mode, 24 minutes. Mini challenge mode, 27 minutes. The line, 21 minutes. Zen mode took a little over 40 minutes, and the demo mode 27 minutes. And with that, I will thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this. I will see you on the next one. Bye!